Thank you very much. Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Susanna Valle, and I am talking from Macromedia University, Germany. I will, of course, give a presentation about our university, and then we will be able to answer your questions and to see if we can help you in any way about studies in Germany. Macromedia University was founded in 1993. Then later on, we became part of Galileo Global Education. It is a very big group of universities, of international university. It's one of the most important German universities in the private sector for media, communication, business, and design. As you can see, we have several locations in Germany, so Hamburg, Berlin, Leipzig, Cologne, Stuttgart, Munich, and Freiburg. And we have some information offices abroad. One is in Milan, from where I am, in fact, talking with you, and the other one is in Delhi, in India. We have more than 2,000 students, around 80 professors, and our programs are accredited. So why should someone study at Macromedia University? We offer many programs in English, both bachelor and master programs in international locations, especially Berlin, and then also Munich, Hamburg, and Cologne. Of course, Germany is in general a safe country with a stable economy. Our programs, as we said, are accredited and recognized, and we offer an integrated semester abroad and internship together with our BA programs. Our our faculty is made by professionals of this media industry, and we have project-oriented projects at every semester during the studies. So you can see here some images of the locations, for example, Hamburg in the northern part of Germany. Then Berlin, at the moment, it is the most international location that we have. It's an international city in itself. It's very creative. It hosts many startups. It's a very international environment, which probably many of you even know. Munich is in the southern part of the country. It's a very wealthy city. It's surrounded by lakes and mountains. It's the location where the biggest, let's say, companies of the country have their place, and it offers a very high quality of life. Cologne is a media and design hub. It's an international student city. It's smaller compared with the cities that we spoke about a little ago, but it's still very interesting, and it's our hub for film directing programs. So campus life. We try to keep our campuses in central locations in the cities where we are located. The facilities are available, let's say, for the whole day, and we try to keep them up to date. We organize events on campuses. So you see here, for example, an image of Talent Camp 2019, where we had some professionals of the media and design industry coming to our locations to discuss with students about latest trends in the field of digital communication. Here you have another image of an excursion that we have organized at the Art Directors Club in Hamburg. So sometimes we also go out of the university and visit external locations. 5-continent university. We said at the beginning that we have one semester abroad integrated in our BA programs. So students study for 6 semesters in Germany and 1 semester abroad outside of Germany. And so we call this project a 5-continent university network because we try to have at least one partner university in every continent. So you have here the cities where our partner universities are located. We go from the US to Argentina to different European countries to Korea, Thailand, Australia, and so on. So, okay, students then have to talk about their experience in a blog. And as you can see, they also publish, of course, images and pictures about their experience. The idea is that, okay, the semester abroad is, let's say, part of our curriculum, so students don't lose time when they have their semester abroad and pass their exams abroad. Some partner universities have extra fees, but many other ones no, so students don't have to pay extra fees for this. And we have support by the international office in Germany and by the international office of the partner university. So students are helped also from the practical point of view. And then, as we said, they publish their results on a dedicated blog. Another important cooperation that we have is the one with Westminster University. So some of our BA programs have two accreditations. One is, of course, the standard German accreditation, and the other one is the Bachelor of Honors by Westminster University. So students complete their studies in Germany in English language and can get two different degrees, the German BA and the Bachelor of Honors. This is also very important. So, okay, what are the programs that we concretely offer at Macromedia University? So, okay, in 2020, we will have mostly in Berlin our program starting. So, Media and Communication Management and Brand Management, Media and Communication Design, Fashion Design or Acting, International Management, Fashion Management, and then Film Directing in Cologne. All of these programs are in English language. Okay. Sorry, now my file is a little bit stuck for a second, but perhaps we will be fine. Okay, so, no. Okay. Sorry, we go back in a second just to be sure that the file will not make any joke anymore. So Media and Communication Management BA, and for students choosing the German but also the English language track, there are some specializations available, particularly brand management, and then students can specialize also in the field of event management, music management, and sport management. Media and Communication Design, it's a multidisciplinary program where students work on all the areas of visual communication. So they learn different types of visual design, from visual design to motion design to interaction design to graphics to illustration and so on, so that they are ready after this program to face different types of projects in the field of visual design. International Management and Fashion Management, and this is of course self-explaining because these are business programs with a focus, of course, on international markets, and for students who like this, with a focus on the fashion industry. This would be the case of fashion management. So students can specialize in this area and study, for example, business administration applied to the fashion industry. Fashion design, this is also quite self-explaining. Students starting from zero learn all the skills and techniques to create and produce a fashion collection. Then they can, of course, focus on women's wear, menswear, or kids wear. And this program is realized in collaboration with a French school called Atelier Chardon Savard. Film directing, this happens in English in Cologne. Starting from zero, students learn all the techniques in order to become a film director. So, for example, as you see, they work on script analysis, production, creative writing, staging, blocking, image resolution, working with actors, and so on. And then they can work in their future on for example, movie direction or short movie direction or documentaries direction or creating advertising video and so on. So the range of professions that they can have after their studies is quite wide. Okay, just to summarize, why should anyone choose Macromedia University for a BA program? Because, as we said, we have project works, so we combine theory and practice, and we have a project to realize at every semester. We offer an international experience not only in Germany, but also with our semester abroad. We offer an internship included in the program. The thesis, the bachelor thesis, is realized in collaboration with the company, and we have, of course, a career service helping students to find an internship straight after their graduation. Okay, I think my file is stuck again. We don't know why. Today, technology is not cooperating, but okay. We will find a way. Sorry for this, but okay. We are human beings, so okay. Admission requirements for the BA programs: high school certificate, passport, CV, and the certificate of English, which could be TOEFL 72 or IELTS 6. The score is quite reasonable. It is not super high. Depending on the programs, then we ask for motivation letter and the portfolio. Master programs, this will be perhaps interesting for many of you. Master programs in English language in October 2020, we have in Berlin, Media and Communication Management, Smart City Design. Luxury Fashion Management in Munich will start in 2021, and we have also Design Management in English this October in Munich. So you have here the structure of our master programs. So normally they last for 2 academic years, so 4 semesters. This depends on your previous studies, on your studies before applying to Macromedia University. So for students who have at least 210 ECTS, they can study for 3 semesters instead of 4 ones. So they can skip the first semester. And this is an evaluation that we do when you apply for the program. It happens often that Turkish students have the equivalent of 210 ECTS or more in some cases. So in many cases, Turkish students are allowed to study for 3 semesters instead of 4 ones. So Media and Communication Management, our master program in Berlin, with the specializations of brand management, media and communication management, and digital media business. Design management and smart city design, these are, of course, design-related programs. One of the interesting things is that they are not really technical. So we don't really deal with design from the technical point of view, but from the strategic point of view. So we explore design as a set of tools in order to manage any type of project, even for projects which are not creative projects. For example, design management, this could be the case for projects for service design or for projects for managing a team and so on, while smart city design focuses on the idea of creating a, let's say, a more efficient city, a city which is more comfortable for its inhabitants and so on, through design techniques and through digital applications. Okay, we are stuck again. We don't know why, but okay. Problem. We go back to here. So why should anybody choose Macromedia University for a master program? Again, we combine theory and practice as much as possible. So, okay, the master program lasts for 4 semesters. Students have at least one project to realize every semester. We have more than 70% of international students in our master programs. Our professors, let's say, work very closely with students as coaches, trying to support them and to help them for their studies. We organize a thesis in collaboration with a corporate partner. And also here we have a career service helping students to find an internship after the studies. So the admission requirements are university BA degree with transcript with 180 or 210 ECTS. Anyway, if you don't know the equivalence in ECTS, this is not an issue because when you apply, we are able to make the calculation. So this is not a problem. We also require a certificate of English, again, which could be TOEFL 72 or IELTS 6. Several other application documents, for example, motivation letter, recommendation letter, and portfolio. And we have 2 intakes. The next one is October 1st, and the following one would be in spring, March 15th. Okay. This is not really working today. We don't know why, but okay. Okay, students' projects. We are saying, of course, since the beginning that every semester at Macromedia University, we realize a project. And projects are normally realized in collaboration with companies. So you have here some of the logos of some, let's say, important partner companies that we have. For example, BMW. You don't have here Mercedes, but it's an important partner. Adidas, Coca-Cola, MTV, and so on. So it's quite important. Here we have some images of students' projects. You will see, okay, that students are always, let's say, collaborating with these partner companies for some ideas that they have to develop. Then it's unlikely for the project to be implemented exactly like it is, but in many cases it's very useful for the companies to collect this kind of ideas from students, and students in many cases have the possibility to continue the collaboration with the company with an internship or with the first job. So, okay, here students have worked with the public transportation company in Berlin, which is called BVG, in order to improve the communication between the company and the customers. So they have worked on, let's say, the contents of the screens which are shown in the metro station and, for example, on the buses and so on. So they have created both, let's say, the images and the contents for these screens and this information. Sorry again to come back here. Then we go perhaps to, I just show you one project and then we go perhaps to our website for more projects. So, okay, the School of Creative Arts in Berlin worked on this project with Benetton called the Live Windows. The idea was to participate in an international students competition organized by Benetton, and the idea was to create a 30-second video clip for the World Refugee Day. So, of course, it's a company, but the idea was a selection for a purpose which is not immediately a commercial one in this case. So students, okay, Macromedia students won, in fact, the selection, which was, of course, organized by Benetton with this agency of the United Nations for Refugees. And students' projects were shown in Benetton flagship stores in Milan, Barcelona, and London. Okay, I will now exit the presentation so we are perhaps a little bit more comfortable. And I am here on our website. I will also copy you the link of this page on our chat. Then later on, we will, of course, go through your questions. So don't worry, I just copy the link here. I manage. Okay. So you have here, first of all, the link that we are watching now on our website, on our Macromedia website. Okay, projects. When you go to our homepage, you have here at the top part of the page a section which is called the projects. So you can see here what students actually do and try to understand whether this is interesting for you or not. And you have also, of course, the partner companies and all the details involved with the project. And something that we often mention is this project that we have realized in collaboration with Mercedes-Benz Vans. So this is a project about smart urban mobility. It's quite interesting because, okay, it involves, first of all, an important company like Mercedes, and then many students from different programs. The most important one, of course, is smart city design, but we had also students from international management. So also the project team was multidisciplinary. This is important because it's quite similar to what will happen later on during your actual career and your collaboration at work. So the idea of this project was to create future scenarios for the mobility of crafts in car-free cities. So the idea that Mercedes had is the fact that perhaps in a few years we will have to take cars out of the city centers. So a company like Mercedes itself will have to produce less cars in general. Even if we cannot even imagine this, perhaps this will be the future. And one of the problems to solve is the fact that there are people like electricians, plumbers, and so on. This is what we mean with crafts. So people who have to work in different situations within the cities, within buildings, and so on. And they also have to take their materials around the city. So if they cannot use, let's say, a small truck or a car, how can they move around the city? So this was the idea of the project, and you have here some images of the suggestions given by the students. Okay, the main idea in most cases was to create some different type of spaces where the materials for these people could be, let's say, stocked somehow. So in this case was for example, you can see the docking gardens. So you have here some kind of small stations where the craftsmen can get their tools and then move around the city with lighter means of transportation. And then in some cases they also use multi-purpose means of transportation that can be loaded with in different options and in different versions depending on what they have to carry around the city. So this is, for example, an example of project. Another interesting example was this project that we have done with a magazine. So you see that the projects can be really diverse and various. So there was a project with a car production company, and now there is a project with a magazine. And the idea of this project was to work on the brand image and brand experience given by a magazine. This is also quite interesting because we are used to think about brand experience and brand image related with products or with services perhaps, but not necessarily with the magazine. So this was the idea of the project. And then, okay, we could see here, okay, students have worked, for example, on a fashion app. So the idea was, okay, this is something that somehow already exists online. But okay, the idea of this app was to, of course, develop an application where, let's say, different groups of people could share ideas about outfits. So this was the idea of this project. We have another project, for example, realized with Roncato SPA. Okay, this is an Italian luggage and bags producer. And since a few years, they are looking for our collaboration in order to improve their online presence and especially their presence on social media, because it's a brand which is known to be good, but it's not very innovative, for example, from the point of view of communication. So the idea of students was to help them on this in this field. Sorry. Okay, I think we are quite fine with this part of the presentation. I will now have a look at your questions in a second. I will just mute myself for just a glass of water, and then I will be back to your question. Hello again. Okay, I try to start, if I am correct, from the end, answering your questions. Now, okay, what are the requirements for master degrees? We said the bachelor degree with transcript, certificate of English, motivation letter, and recommendation letter. This is for everybody. Then for design-related programs, also a portfolio is advisable, but it's not compulsory. After we receive all these documents, we organize a final motivational interview, which includes a professor. So this is how the master selection goes. Now, Emine asks, is there nutrition and dietetics master degree program? No, sorry, we don't have this at all. Is there computer engineering or software engineering master degree program? No, again, sorry, we mostly work on design, business, design, fashion, acting, and so on. Do you have dual degree programs with any Turkish university? Not really, no. This is very interesting, but at the moment we don't. Sarah, can university help me with the accommodation? Do I need recommendation? Okay, these are two different questions. Can university help me with the accommodation? Okay, it's important to understand that we don't offer accommodation directly, but we offer some help in order to find an accommodation in the city where we are located. Do I need recommendation letters for master's degree? Yes, one is compulsory, two ones would be appreciated. So yes, and you can ask them from your, let's say, university professor or from your, let's say, supervisor at work. So both of them would be fine for us. Now, do we need any level of German language for programs taught in English? No. Just English is needed. Of course, if you decide to study in Germany, for example, for 2 years for a master program, we would advise you to study some German or to try to improve your German language with the school, because this would help you for the future in order to find a job. So it's quite important. Does Macromedia University have tuition fees? Yes, of course. The university is private. So for bachelor programs, we are around 5,000 euros per semester, and for for master programs, around 6,500 euros per semester. Later on, perhaps I can write the figures in the chat so you can see them. Lütfiye, do we need to know German for the event management program? No, starting from 2021, we will have an event management BA program in Cologne. At the moment, now for this year, 2020, we have media and communication management in English in Berlin, not exactly event management. What types of internship are available? This is quite big as a question. but it really depends, because it really depends. It depends on your interests, on your program of interest, and on many other factors. And internships, also consider that internships can be paid or unpaid depending on the company, so there is no rule for this. Some of the common options for the internships, for example, are an internship in a marketing and communication department, or with a startup, or with a human resources management department. So it can be really various. Necati, do you have any Turkish students from mainland Turkey? Not sure about what do you mean, but mostly from bigger cities, to be honest. I don't know if you include Ankara in the mainland, but okay, mostly from bigger cities like Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir. Lütfiye, do you also accept Duolingo score? No, sorry. Just TOEFL, IELTS, or Cambridge, or similar certificates. Could you also tell about accommodation options? This can also be very various, because we don't offer accommodation ourselves. So we provide the information in order to find an accommodation. Sometimes students can book in a residency in Berlin where we have some, let's say, available places pre-booked for our students, but this is not compulsory. Otherwise, the most common option is that students come to the city and then, let's say, look for accommodation, meaning look for a shared accommodation with other students. Güler, is there any change about start dates and application deadlines due to COVID-19? Okay, deadlines, yes. Students can apply until the end of September and can arrive until the beginning of November. This is the main difference. Normally, the program starts on October 1st every year. So this year, we allow students to arrive until the beginning of November. Do you have, Necati, I mean, I think we are in contact already, but anyway, do you have academic cultural sharing scholarships? Yes, then you try to provide some explanations. No, at the moment we don't have that. Hesna, do international students have work permit after graduation in Germany? Yes, not directly work permit, to be honest. And because students can, let's say, apply for extension of their residence permit while they look for a job after their graduation. And then they can, let's say, apply, once they find a job, they can register their job contract at the Foreign Office and obtain also work residence permit. Do you have any Turkish faculty members? People with Turkish origins? Yes, of course. Lütfi, again, could you also tell about tuition fee for event management? Event management is a BA program, so the price is, I will write it in the chat. Okay, so for BA, it's 5,300 euros per semester. And we say event management. Fine, questions. Let me see if there is something more, and then we go to the chat section. Do you have an ESL program? I mean, you may contact us later on about this, because I don't know what you mean. So, okay, we will be in touch. Zeynep, do you offer certificate programs? If you mean 1-year programs, 1-year certificate programs? No, unfortunately, not really. We offer BA programs of 7 semesters or master programs in 3 or 4 semesters. Okay, now we are in the chat section with a lot of kind people saying hello, so hello to you as well. Someone is even saying that it's a nice presentation. This is kind, I mean, it's a very normal presentation anyway. Now for our contact details, international@macromedia.de. Questions, let me see. Okay, Zainab again, intensive English preparatory school? No, at the moment, no. This is a project for the future, to be honest, but this is not going to happen before a couple of years, I think. So no, at the moment, not really. English is a prerequisite. Okay, let me see if I forgot anything. Which is always possible. Fine. Okay. Did you something else that? Okay. When is the application deadline for 2021? Now, if we talk about October 2021, it would be June 15th, 2021. I am writing it in the chat section. So if we talk about the BA programs, it will be October 2021, and the deadline is June 15th, 2021. Now, Sabine is asking about collaboration and so on. If you want to ask about this, write an email to international@macromedia.de, because here I'm mostly answering about the programs and not about other matters. Fine. ESL means Intensive English Preparatory School. Thank you very much. Sorry for this. No, we don't have that at the moment. So that's it. International@macromedia.de. You saw, I believe, our website. I give you the home page as well. I mean, it's easy to find, but okay, I give it to you anyway. And we have an online application tool, because when students apply, they may send the documents via email. This is very fine. But also we have an online application tool where documents can be uploaded directly. So you can find the link here in our chat again. Fine. Did you have any other questions? Was there any other question or anything we may help you with? I'm grateful for your patience about all this, but if you have other questions, we are happy to answer. Sorry, I spoke before about, someone asked for the fees of the programs. So we wrote the ones for BA programs, but okay, for master programs, it would be 6,500 euros per semester, just for you to know. And yes, this would be the case. Master programs have also an intake in spring, apart from October. Okay, you are welcome in October if you want. Otherwise, spring 2021. And for spring, the deadline would be December at the moment, because perhaps it will be changed, but okay, it will be December 15th, 2020. This is the deadline for March. Nice. Was there any other question? Okay, European Union students, do they pay any tuition or fees? Yes, of course. Also, German students pay the same fees as non-EU students, so there is no difference. So there is no, let's say, no disadvantage for non-EU passports. Just the admission fee is different, because it is 500 euros for EU students and 750 for non-EU. Just the admission fee is different. Now, what are the requirements like IELTS? IELTS is IELTS is a 6.0, the score. A question about how many Nepalese are currently studying there. We might have perhaps one per year, something like that. You can also talk regarding blocked bank account. Okay, we are going to talk about this, but okay, perhaps not so much in detail. Students have to, like perhaps someone, some of you already know, students have to open a blocked bank account in order to apply for a study visa for Germany. And this must have an amount of around 9,000 euros. And this is the first step of the visa application, and it's an account that students can use just after they arrive to Germany. We don't really advise any specific company, just okay, I copied the link of Fintiba, for example, for more details, because perhaps it's quicker and easier than Deutsche Bank. But okay, if of course students want to open the blocked bank account somewhere else, this is also possible. Zeynep, do you offer scholarships? Yes, we do. Only partial one. I'm going to write it in the chat. Partial scholarship, partial scholarships. For maximum, the 20% of the fees, merit or need-based. And it's possible to apply at the end of the admission process. And admission process, before you take your decision for the program, at the end of the admission process, it is possible to apply for a partial scholarship for maximum the 20% of the fees. Yes, so this is about scholarships. Nice. Okay, thank you very much for this until now. Students can study without IELTS or like taking online exams. How about the refund process? No, honestly, I mean, this is a little bit over our topic. No, the IELTS is compulsory. So they must have IELTS and cannot study without English language certificate. They can take online exam, you ask, it depends, but no, next intake we are going to be back to classes. So, I mean, we will evaluate if someone cannot travel, but okay, normally we should be back to courses in class. About the refund, you ask about the refund. Refunds are managed individually. So, I mean, also the refund conditions are evaluated individually. So we can't give, let's say, a standard which applies all the time. So, no, this will be verified individually in case it happens. Fine. Was there any other questions about the programs or the university? Fine, nice. If this is fine for you until now, I'm okay. For master programs, 3-year bachelor is okay. Normally, yes, we have to see the documents. Of course, it depends. It's evaluated individually, but in general, yes. About BA programs, 12 years is okay, or students should study for 13 years. They can apply for with 12 years. So yes, with 12 years, they may apply. But most probably with 12 years of education, they will receive an offer for a Bachelor of Honors by Westminster University, not for the German degree, because the German system is very selective with foreign high school diplomas. So in case the admission it is not possible, then you write which university for 12 years. Now we are talking about Macromedia University. Now we are losing the topic. After 40 minutes, we are losing the topic of the conversation now. And so, yes, normally students can apply and obtain an offer by Westminster University. This is the other partner university, let's say, providing Bachelor of Honors, accrediting, in fact, our programs, which happen in English in Germany. Fine, nice. This was very kind. Was there any other question about the programs or the university? Fine, okay. If this is fine for you, I am very thankful for this conversation. In case of any further question, again, write an email to international@macromedia.de. Now there is another sentence which I'm not sure I understand. Thank you so much for the information. Like what after study? I don't understand what you mean, post-study work. We said that there is a career service, let's say, providing, let's say, support to students in order to find an internship after the studies. So this is the case at the moment. So fine, thank you very much for your attention until now. It was nice to talk with you. In case you need anything, just let us know via email, and then we will be in touch hopefully soon. Thank you very much again. It was nice.
Thanks, Susanna. It seems you covered all the questions.
Yes.
So thank you very much for this informative presentation. Is there anything you would like to add or share with us before we say goodbye?
No, not really, but we hope, I mean, to receive, again, contacts and questions via email. Now, you know also that the situation at the moment is a little bit complicated and confused and so on. We didn't discuss that much about it now because perhaps it's not even the place. But if someone has questions about enrolling this year or next year and how we do and so on, emails are very welcome and we will answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sounds great. Thank you very much again. It was very beneficial, I think. So it was very nice to welcome you at the webinar session. Thank you again.
Again, bye, bye-bye. Have a nice evening. Bye, bye, bye-bye. Bye.